Why should you be part of a worshiping community? One of the things that's going to end up happening is if you join a worshiping community, it's going to be more difficult than if you don't. Now, I know it seems counterintuitive that I should ask you to go and do something that's going to be harder than the other option, because there's a fair amount of our culture in America where we attempt to not do hard things, but we attempt to look for the easy path. But often what ends up happening is the people who we admire most are the people who have taken the path to do hard things. If you take a look at someone who has created a great piece of entertainment, whether it's someone who has directed, whether it's someone who has produced, whether it's someone who has acted, whether it is someone who has been part of the technical crew to do this, whether it's someone who has done the soundtrack or any of the rest of the things that go on, each of the people who bring their skills and their talents to a production that you really enjoy are people who have fashioned their skills over a long period of time to be able to do something well. Likewise, if you see somebody who is muscular, present company accepted, of course, if you see somebody who is muscular, you will find someone who has had a relationship with the gym or with exercise in a fashion where they just don't do it when they feel like it, but they, on a regular basis, work on building their strength. Likewise, if you run into somebody who has something to say, you will run into somebody who has worked for a period of time in terms of studying, in terms of thinking, in terms of trying on ideas, in terms of discarding ideas, and have sought to keep on working in a specific direction to grow. So one of the things that having a worshiping community will do is it will give you a community in which you can grow and in which you can test your spirituality, in which you can learn about your spirituality, in which you can practice your spirituality, in which you can end up having a hand in becoming someone greater than you were when you showed up. You know, I sat down with the video editor. I took some video from a previous session that we had shot, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. And I confess to you that sometimes what ends up happening is I look at what the shorter videos are, because it takes me a significant amount of time to go through to edit, to cut, to frame, to end up doing audio production and do the rest of the things necessary to get these to the point where I think you'll enjoy them. But what ends up happening is I sat down with this video and realized that construction started happening outside and the noise made it impossible for us to continue this video. So here I am on a different day, at a different time, in a different shirt, and possibly it could sound or look a little bit different. But I still know what I wanted to talk about in terms of growing towards the light. Here's what we have. The reason that you're encouraged to do hard things is because doing hard things will end up molding you and fashioning you to be a person of character. And by growing towards the light, it's going to end up exposing the things in yourself that are of sin, the things in yourself that you're a little ashamed of, the things in yourself that you would prefer that other people don't see about you, and the things in yourself that honestly you might even say in a private moment of prayer, God, could you set me free from being this which I actually hate? And when it comes to that point in time, the truth is simple, the truth is real, the truth is something that you want to embrace. By your entering into worship, by your becoming part of a community, by your taking and saying, I am going to take some of the gifts, some of the skills, some of who I am to serve others, you are in a position where you are investing in that which God loves. And likewise, being part of a community, you may end up finding that there are other people who are further along in their walk with God, in their ethics, and in their understanding of who God is, who can care for you. And if you will end up humbling yourself to a place where you will learn from them, there are people who will have a harvest in you, and you'll be transformed, you'll be changed, you'll be wonderful, and you will be transformed because of the mentors that you have had as well. And I hope that you have people in your life who have been mentors to you. I hope you have people in your life who have been friends to you. I hope you have people in your life for whom you have been a mentor and whom you have given to and whom you have transformed and changed. Because honestly, if you don't have all of those relationships in your life, you are missing out on things that God has made for you to experience, for you to be, and for you to do. So when I'm encouraging you that, it's going to be harder if you're in a worship community, it's because it is going to file off the rough edges on you, and you may end up being used likewise to file the rough edges off of other people. So I don't really want to encourage you to join a worship community without your knowing, honestly, that part of this is going to be hard. Part of this is going to be harder than it would be if you just sat home and got lazy and indolent. But what's going on here is the truth of the matter is that you have been made to grow towards the light. You have been made to end up building spiritual muscle. You have been made to be a person who is going to grow towards Messiah, and a person who, as you do this, you're going to bring others along with you. You have been made to be a person to have impact in this present age, and you are a person who, when you grow towards the light, you have been made to live forever in something that's so extraordinary that it's past our imagination. Shalom.